hear my prayer, hear me now.
I worship you, Father. I magnify your name, God. You're worthy of praise, God. Yeah.
I got chop chop with my head on. I hope it don't come to that. Oh, when the lions den, yeah, Daniel, he did then. No, I won't be picky. No, I make a vow. Wherever you need me, God, you can receive me.
All right.
I see my soul.
It's spinning. Y'all know how it does. And I just wanted to chime in and say Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And to just, just say congratulations for your journey, for your shift, for your growth. I know, especially if you've been on this channel, especially if you've been on this frequency, I know y'all have grown so much. Okay, let's do this. You're out there and homeless. I'm trying to work with it. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. And I was trying to avoid it from being so choppy, so I just paused for a minute. But I want y'all to know it's been real nice being acquainted with each and every one of you, especially up until now, because now marks the beginning of all of our journey. Now marks the beginning where we all have to put our money where our mouth is. Those who have mocked us, those who have ridiculed us, and even ridiculed themselves, and even put themselves in a position to be on a pedestal or claim that we have done something that we may or may have not. This is the hour where one's own autonomy will speak for itself. This is the hour where if someone has spoken falsely against you, every single thing that they have spoken falsely against you is going to turn up on them 100-fold. If they've done something to hurt your business, if they've done something to hurt your family, if they've done something to hurt your image, it's going to return up on them 100-fold and their bloodline. That's what's so deep about it. This is the hour that we are stepping into with 2022 exposure of family who was willing to do the work, to clear the bloodline, to do the purification of the bloodline, to receive the family birthright. So this did not do the work of clearing up family debts and moving forward with family birthright, even honoring family birthright. See, now here it is. We're talking about the ones who are in the family who refuse to love. They were always in this position of trying to hurt, harm, and injure either their sister or their brother, or come against someone in their family to pull them down for whatever their motive was. Many times the highlight of the motive is just heart is more pure than the other. It could be because of bloodline, which means that person has the gift to carry out the birthright. So other members of the family could have seen that. And this is where it comes into play, even the Josephs of the now. Many of you are the Josephs of your family. Many of you, your family, no matter how much you try to love them, no matter how much you try to be a family member to them, they have always come against you. God wanted me to let each and every one of you know that for those of you who have problems with your family, like no matter what you've done to try to love them, no matter what you've done to try to prove yourself to them, God said, stop proving yourself to them. You don't have to prove yourself to them. God said, your family is the family of those who do my works. It is written in his word that your family are those, your spiritual family, those who do the same works of the kingdom of heaven, towards helping you get towards the kingdom of heaven, not helping you get further and further closer towards the gates of hell. This is the hour where many of you are going to realize, even family members of your own that have come against you, where God is going to highlight the very things that they have come against you. God's going to highlight their embarrassment, like their naysaying, like it's going to be front row center stage. Even if they lied to other family members about you, other family members didn't even speak to you or didn't even talk to you about it, but now even they're sitting in a place of embarrassment because it is being exposed that, man, dang, you weren't the crazy one. You were the one that was telling the truth the whole time. So in the year 2022 is going to be the year of the most murders and the most deaths. Is going to be the year of the most deaths of egos, especially deaths of the dollar, deaths of, oh my gosh, personalities, um, shoot, lies. So a lot of exposure, family secrets that were kept. A lot of women took funding for like babies, like they may have told a guy that that was their child, but it really wasn't. Like people are really gonna be finding out that they really wasn't their child. So if you took any funds or money or anything like that from that, family secrets are going to be exposed. I mean, we're talking about generations upon generations, at least 3 generations of family secrets. And this is a good time too, because many birthrights have been hidden and many people have not been able to step into their power, or they may have been held back from family birthrights that belong to them. And in 2022, now those birthrights are going to be exposed. What they own, what they have, who held it, is going to be granted to them. This is the hour where it is going to be the major transformation of wealth. God showed me a vision where it was really, really cold, but there were things that were happening in the world, and all these pastors were headed into these churches, and these people were following these pastors. And the Spirit of the Lord came to me, and I was looking out the window of my tiny home in this dream, and I saw the Spirit of the Lord, and I'm just standing there talking, and I'm talking, and the Spirit of the Lord tells me to go inside. It says, go inside. The 3 days of darkness is upon us. So I go inside. And as I go inside, I look out the window and I see these pastors leading these people in the congregation up this hill towards this church. And when the wickedness was just too much for it, so it just stepped back. So I said, are you not talking to them? Are you not standing with them like you're standing with me? Like, why are they still going into the church? Like, what is going on? Like, didn't you just say the 3 days of darkness is upon us? So they were being led into all these churches, and these churches were death traps. There were these buildings, but at the same time, the 3 days of darkness is upon us. And I remember very vaguely, very deeply, very strong in my spirit, this time was Easter. It was right around Easter time. So in my spirit, I'm being told to prepare your households even for that specific incoming shift, that or maybe which around Easter time could be the incoming days of darkness. I'm also being told that there's going to be hype in the news where you're going to be told that things are going to be happening in April, but don't listen to nothing. Just listen to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. But in order to know what the Spirit of the Lord is saying, you're going to have to put on your household. Don't argue with anyone. You'll miss it. Don't argue with anyone. Just stay at peace. You can't change anyone. It's going to be your family. It's going to be the year of the transformation of wealth. It's also going to be the year of the most deaths. The Lord is upon me. I'm sure what it is that I am saying to you is fact. I'm also very sure that 2022 very much could be a year of war for America. I also feel that this specific war that is incoming for America is not just from the soldiers overseas, but I feel very strongly within my spirit that it is a war of families and bloodlines and who did or did not obtain the birthright. This is going to be a time and an hour where many of the chosen are going to really realize that the biggest enemies that they have had to fight this entire time are those members of their own family, of their own bloodline, just as Jesus was betrayed by Judas. Be very mindful of the company that you keep. Be very thoughtful of the words that you speak, even the secrets that you share. But no matter what it is, secrets are going to come out in 2022. But it is interesting because don't let anyone make you feel as if there's something that you've done so wrong that you are going to be that much embarrassed by it. Yes, I'm pretty sure many of you are, but also repent of it and know that he who the Son sets free is free indeed. So go into 2022 knowing that it's also going to be a year of sickness. Deep spirit of leprosy and smallpox is going to break out all over the land. God is going to provide for his people. God is going to show his people the way. But God's people has to stay close to God, because at any second, at any hour, any time, wander your thoughts. Heed ye not that the Spirit leaves you, and you didn't even know that the Spirit did not leave you. That of such that has happened to Samson, saith the Lord. So we're in this hour right now where many people are going to find out that they thought that that was their mother, but it wasn't, or they thought that that was their father, but it wasn't, or their sisters are not their sisters, or their brothers are not their brothers, or they were half sisters or half brothers. Family secrets are going to come out, and generational family secrets are going to come out, and generational curses are going to be revealed and exposed. And many people had grandmothers who were dealing with witches, and these witches and natives did not like your ancestors crossing their grounds or their men going back home to you. So yeah, there was a lot of secrets that came out, and many family members who mother and brothers who's actually your mother and fathers. A lot of that's going to come out. It's going to be a heavy year for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to take their own lives. But these are things that I'm being foretold in my knowing. And my knowings are never, ever, ever wrong. I used to doubt my own knowings. I used to be called crazy. You name it. I was put in mental institutions. People talked about me. Baby, you name it. But I'm not here to buck dance for any of them, but I'm here to speak that in which my Father has given to me to speak. So you can call me crazy. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but I'm going to speak it as a watchman on the wall, and my knowing as a watchman on the wall. Yeah, this is the hour of many tears for America, as well as the surrounding continents and those who have laid in a bed with America. This is the hour where many people will find out many secrets. Yeah, the children are going to tell you a lot this year. A lot of pedophilia has happened in the family and in the family bloodline. Many people are going to be sickened and shocked. It will also is very deep for some. Someone asked a question. They want to know, how do we prepare our children to that question to the forefront here? Because it is a very important question. How, like the grapefruit juice, but give it to them. You know, it's still give them their vitamins, and it's practice. Okay. Now, you can get the crackers, like the white saltine crackers. And if you find that they're diabetic or it's too much for them, hand them one of those crackers. But they should be drinking a lot of water, and it should mainly be juices. Do your best to do not give them those crackers. Hey, they may get that one cracker or one slice of breath to admit that they have. But baby, it's better to practice them minimizing their stomach right now with, minimal intake. And if they have to, remember I said those thick juices, and if they have to, maybe do just nothing but smoothies or something that day. That's it. But no solid food. 3 to 6 to 12 to 15 to 19. Children are smart and they're ready to adapt. It's you that can adapt. And what makes them hungrier is meat. If you're eating meat and you're feeding your children those meats, then the carcasses is causing parasite to crave more food, and that's what makes you more hungry and more hungry and more hungrier. But we are not dogs. We do not have canine teeth nor acidic stomachs. Humans were never meant to eat meat. So this is why you probably find yourself always hungry all the time. You can't stop craving food and you just got to eat, eat, eat. Same thing with children. But now you got to put yourself and your children in training mode. And yes, there are days it's going to be hard. Baby, there are days that I fasted, right? And I knew I had to fast for something that God was calling me to fast for. And I was so hungry, right? And I believe it was like the 18th day that hit or the 21st day that hit of only water. And when that 21st day hit of only water, I believe I got hungry. I was so hungry, right? That I laid in my bed and I started crying. I started crying. My baby came to me. She was like, "Mom, like we got food, like just eat." And I was like, I couldn't end my hunger pains. I was so hungry, y'all, right? And then even in my own space of crying, I began to humble myself and I said, "Yes, Lord, forgive me for being stubborn, for crying in my space of pain, because there are children in this world who haven't eaten for a week. Forgive me for not being able to make it through this moment right now." So I had to suck it up and think about all the children in the world who didn't eat that day and dedicate that one moment to them. And it gave me the motivation to keep going. And I did make it through my 40 days. So I feel like, yeah, there are going to be moments that they're very hungry, but what's coming in is going to be worse for them if you do not train their tummies now. What's coming in is going to be such a cold freeze, and I've spoken of this before, and many of you have prepared and many of you are still preparing, but it's going to be such a cold freeze that it's important for you to do as best as you can to save as many flannels or blankets as you can. Go to Goodwill's, get blankets, pray over them blankets, anoint them too. Don't forget to anoint them, but you're going to need blankets. You're going to need them. I promise you're going to need a lot of them. You get flannel blankets, flannel socks, get sleeping bags, get tents so you can sleep inside that tent, but you're going to need to hover together as a family. It's cold. The cold is coming. I can't stress that enough. The cold is coming. The cold is coming, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. The cold is coming. I do feel the cold is coming. I feel it's going to pass, but I do see that America is going to be frozen. I do see walls of ice, but most importantly for the South, I do see not only the cold coming, but I do see walls of fire in my vision for the South. And it's walls and walls of fire. I feel that the South is being set up right now for such a thing. And I feel that a lot of people are not going to make it. I feel that God is going to protect his people very strongly. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen areas, even in tornadoes, that were just, the whole entire block was just ripped through. And it's like the tornado just ran around that house and didn't even touch 1 ounce of gardening in the yard and bulldozed through all the other houses. God is going to protect his people. And people are going to look at houses and be like, dang, how your house still standing and not touched? You're going to know who's truly serving God, because there's going to be that much destruction upon the land, that the destruction of the homes that are not touched and the people that are preserved, people are going to know that those are truly God's people. So I don't want any of y'all to fear. Don't fear. Don't put that energy towards your children. Walk in Psalms 91. Know that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Know that they hated Yeshua first before they hated you, before they hated many of us. You can't look, if y'all worried about haters right about now, then you probably need to go watch The Matrix 1, 2, and 3 again. Okay? If you have not yet gotten over how people feel about you, then you in some trouble in the days coming ahead. Look, I got over people and how they've been feeling about me like many rumors ago. That was all lies, lies, lies. So you cannot worry about what people think or say or feel about you, because it's what they think and say and feel about themselves. And you have light within you that they're so jealous of that it vexes their soul. It is. So here it is in 2022. Here it is. God is going to vindicate his people. He's going to exonerate his people. He's going to exalt his remnant. He's going to shine such light upon his remnant that the entire world is going to be like, dang, whoa, how they, but what they, and who are they, and how they. But what it is that God has shown me too, for those of you remnant to whom this light is going to come upon, is you're going to be like the Christ in this hour. And many people in the world are going to look upon your light, and they're going to be in so much awe about the miracles that you're going to be able to perform and the things that you're going to be able to do. But be very mindful in your own space of humbleness, for know that your hour of fame is only but a moment. For suddenly, just as the Christ was taken up into captivity, so then suddenly shall those of you who are the remnant, and those of you who are called to do greatness for the kingdom, shall also come under scrutiny, because this is the hour where the true soldiers of God Almighty must stand up for the kingdom and the kingdom of heaven. And those who are truly saying that they're about it will be about it. But those who are just talking will be the runners in this hour. Those will be the chickens. Those will be the ones that will be like, and they will run just as fast as the crows followed Peter, not Christ. They will be the crows amongst you in your family circles and in your friend circles. You will know who your friends are, and you will know who your friends are not in this hour. Many of you have already been pulled away from friends and family who claim that they were friends and family. They can never be your friends and family, because they don't have the mark, and they see that you have the light, because they see the light of God upon you. And right about now, all it is that they're ashamed to you. They know now. They know who you are. You are now. None. There's no doubt about who you are. It's so deep, because we're in a space right now where the entire world knows who the Mr. Smiths are. They know who the bots are. They know what our who are going to fear their governmental system, and they're going to be their brothers and their family members. Even it's deep, because yes, the hour has become that desperate. So because many people come with traumas, and many people come, that's why you having that trauma, and that's why you're having that problem, because you may have let somebody in your house who have yet to clear up generational curses, and you've already did your work to clear generational curses, and God first, and you all smooth. You already told you. But with God, God is going to exalt you. This is going to be a very marvelous year for you. You are going to be very much protected. I don't care what type of hurricane, tornadoes, deaths, mayhem. I don't care what comes upon the planet. You're going to see it. Oh, you're going to see it, baby. But remember, 1,000 will fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand. But ain't nothing, baby. Ain't nothing going to come nigh what? Going to come nigh what? Going to come nigh thy dwelling. Period. With that being said,